Razorback fans, and welcome back for another episode of our Woo Pig pregame show. I am Tera Talmadge along with Quinn Grovey. We are back here inside Razorback Stadium getting ready for another home game for Arkansas. They are hosting Mississippi State this weekend, Q. Both teams still looking for a conference win.
Both teams are trying to figure it out, and this is a great opportunity for Arkansas. I mean, last week was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
You didn't close the deal, so now this is another opportunity for you. You're at home. I mean, that's 3 home games in a row, so you get an opportunity to try to get a win. And you still have bold hopes. And so it starts right now with this football game. This football team is going to be ready to go, and hopefully they can get a win.
And you mentioned last week, let's talk about it just a little bit. I think Arkansas fans were excited that first half from what we saw on both sides. We had the defense rolling, we had the offense looking pretty good, and then at the second half came around, and it was like almost a totally different offense.
Well, you go into halftime, and you're up 21-10. I mean, you get that pick six, and you're able to score right before the half, and you're feeling pretty good because the defense has contributed in a way that they have not. And so they got to stop, they got a turnover, and they got a touchdown. So they added 3 things that were really, really viable for this football team. And then you come back out in the third quarter, you kick the football off, they immediately return the football close to your 50-yard line, score quickly, and now they're back in the football game. And so now you got to figure out how to fight through that. Your offense just kind of fought through, and then you get to the fourth quarter and you turn the football over like crazy. Yeah. If there was a script for you to lose that football game, we executed it perfectly. I mean, we just gave it to them, and we gave their offense, who was struggling, short field after short field. Our defense continued to fight, but you gave up a lot of yards in the run game. They were able to run the football very, very easily. Yep. I mean, over 230 yards rushing the football. I mean, it's very difficult to deal with, and they didn't throw the football extremely well. They had to switch to another quarterback. Jackson Arnold was struggling. They had to bring in their backup quarterback, and he was just running the football, and they were just handing the football to Cobb, and they were just doing what they needed to do. They ate up a lot of time in possession, and that kept them in the football game. And it just got to the point where we gave them a lot of stuff. And so you just got to continue to get rid of that, and regroup and try to come back and win a football game this week.
Absolutely. Put it behind you, look ahead. And you know what, Key, we're going to go a little off script from what we normally talk about on this show because we want to show our fans a little bit of outside of practice with these players because, they got to have some downtime, in between all of the hard work that they're putting in. Fernando Carmona has an interesting pet. It's a pig, too. A little cute one. And him and his girlfriend actually took it to a pumpkin patch recently. Okay. So you know what? When we heard about this, our team, we just couldn't not be there for that. So we're going to show you a quick clip from that.
It's just nice coming home to something after a long day in the office or a long game. You have somebody else at home. You just share moments with him. He doesn't care win or lose. He's going to be the same old pity. He just wants food.
He just wants to sleep and eat.
Yeah, just like me. Let's do it.
Oh, so close, Jay.
Let's go. Ready? Best QB in the nation.
Your junior does.
Oh!
You suck.
Oh, I suck? Okay. Let me get one more chance at this, J.E., huh? Third down.
You said that and...
Oh! Close. Uh-oh, it's on. It is on. But this is about it. This is what he does all day. Just kind of roams. Try to take him on walks at night. Keep him active. Trying to keep a slim figure. That's the key. Man's on an eating streak right now.
Cute, I'm not gonna lie, that's so cute. That little pig is adorable, and they said they couldn't decide on a dog. So obviously the natural choice is to go get a pig.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the one thing I love about stories like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you come out here, you see those guys on the field, and people in the stands expect them to be robots.
Right.
Expect them to play, 100% all the time and be perfect all the time, and it's not like that. They're people too, and so to be able to see the insight of that, to go pick a pig, I mean,
it's so cute.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
You get a chance to see their personality, and I really love that kind of stuff.
Well, let's get back to business, Q. Let's talk a little bit about this Mississippi State matchup. Last year, Arkansas had a great game against Mississippi State. They won by 33 points. Taylor Green made some amazing plays, but this is a different Mississippi State team.
Well, Mississippi State is really going to try to attack you from a passing standpoint. This is air raid principles, and so very similar to what Mike Leach did. Jeff Levy is a disciple of Mike Leach. Yeah, he worked with Mike Leach a long time, and when you talk about what they want to do offensively, they're going to try to attack you in space and try to hit you with a lot of different things. And defensively, they're all about creating turnovers. So this is a defense that is opportunistic and very, very engaged in what they're trying to do to get that football back to that offense.
Well, interim head coach Bobby Petrino was asked about last year's version of this team versus the one that we're going to see on Saturday. Here's what he had to say about Mississippi State.
I remember preparing for that game and, the energy that we had in practice, and it wasn't like, it was an important game for us, and we did a great job of getting ready for it. We ran the ball really well. We ran with explosive plays, running the football. We threw the ball down the field, protected the quarterback. They're much better than they were last year. They're playing good defense. Their D linemen are better football players. They're running full speed to the ball. Their quarterback's playing at a very high level. He does a good job with their RPO game and getting the ball out of his hand. He does take sacks at times and holds it at times. But they're definitely a team that we're going to have to play good football.
Well, also, Coach Petrino mentioned the run game. It didn't really get off the ground at all against Auburn. They've got to get that going this time around.
Well, you only had 63 yards rushing.
Yeah.
And that is a season low for Arkansas. I mean, this offense has been really, really good. I just go back to, like, some of the earlier games. You talk about Tennessee. When we came out, we ran the football so effective versus Tennessee. Our offensive line was really, really good. The one thing I see Talon having a whole lot of pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah.
But when you can run the football, you take a lot of pressure off of him. And so I think you've got to get Braylon Russell involved. You got to get Mike Washington involved. You got to get Talon involved in the run game, because I think there are some times where Talon tries to get, he wants to do so well. And when we get into pressure situations, he wants to find a way to get 14 points in one drive, which is very difficult to do. So being able to run the football, I think, takes a lot of pressure off of Arkansas and what they're trying to get accomplished. But then I also think it opens up everything in the run game, everything in the pass game, because those linebackers have to come up and really try to overcommit and stop the run. So if we can get the run going, Mississippi State is not very good against the run. If you look at them in most of their defensive categories, they're in the bottom half of the SEC. Arkansas is in the bottom half of the SEC in all their defensive categories as well. But the one thing about Mississippi State is they turn the football over.
All right.
And they are number one in the SEC in creating turnovers. They created 10 interceptions and 4 fumbles. So this is what you've got to understand when you're talking about dealing with an opportunistic defense.
And I know you've been looking at that offense as well. You're always taking a look at the quarterback situation at our opponents. What do you think of what we're going to see on Saturday?
Well, we talked about air raid principles. They're going to be trying to find space within what we're trying to do. They're going to run a lot of motion. They're going to be like Tennessee. They're going to spread you out, sideline to sideline. So they want to try to beat you horizontally with what you've got from a formation standpoint, make you really try to make a mistake. And then they're going to try to stretch you vertically with deep shots. They're comfortable with these deep shots. This is a team that leads the SEC in plays over 40 yards. They have 14 plays over 40 yards. And so Blake Shapen is the quarterback is a guy who's completed one of those in every single game. So he's going to be looking for those. But they're going to go really, really fast, especially when they get a chunk play. They're going to snap the football within 10 to 15 seconds. Their ultimate goal is to really try to get you into a situation where you're not aligned correctly so they can take advantage of it. And so, but they give up sacks, though. They give up sacks. They've given up 20 sacks.
Wow.
Quincy Rhodes is a guy that's going to really have to find a way to make some plays. One of the reasons that they give up sacks is they like to try to protect with 5 all the time. They're going to have their running backs running a bunch of flare routes to really try to discourage the linebackers from coming in. They try to use that in protection. But Quincy Rhodes, Xavier Sori, those two guys have to be really, really active in the pass rush game and really try to disrupt what Blake Shapen is trying to do.
Hey, we saw Quincy make a big play last week. We'll see if he can do it again. Let's get to your keys to the game. How does Arkansas win this one?
For me, I know we've talked about the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
So really all I'm going to say is for Arkansas offensively, you got two things. The first thing is Mississippi State is going to show a lot of simulated pressure. You want to be able to make sure you keep Taylor Green clean. So that means you've got to be able to communicate at the offensive front. Taylor and Caden Kittler has got to be really, really in sync into deciding how they want to shift the protection and make sure Mississippi State can't get to them. And then ultimately, if you do one thing, don't turn the football over. If you win the turnover battle, I promise you from an offensive perspective, you're going to win the football game.
Yeah.
Defensively, Mississippi State's going to want to take big shots. Force them to go the long haul, make them run it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you got to bend and don't break, that's one thing. But do not allow them to get that 40-plus yard play that they're looking for on a consistent basis.
Hey, Petrino said it. He doesn't like to bend at all. Definitely not break. So hopefully we can hold up against Mississippi State. This is going to be a good matchup. Arkansas and Mississippi State is going to be at 3 p.m. You can watch that one on SEC Network. It is homecoming for the Hogs as well.
Okay.
And plus, we're going into a bye week, Q. It would be so big for this team to get their first conference win before that week off.
You get that one, now you get a chance to recoup and then decide how you want to handle that final stretch. And you've got winnable games in that final stretch. A lot of turmoil on the back of that, on the back half of your schedule. So great opportunity to still fight and try to get to a bowl game.
All right, guys, we're going to be back after that bye week with another Woo Pig pregame show. But for now, I am Tera Talmadge. We've got Quinn Grovey here, and we'll see you next time.